Hello, people. Today I have with us the Guilty Princess Maidroid Choe, and this is from the Plamax Maxfactory plastic model series from the Good Smile company. So it's quite a few different names. I will put them all on the screen. This is directly out of the box. I did not mark up anything on this one, which I really feel like I should, because these really cool details on the white and on the black here are really lost underneath the basic color. But this one is the third in the series of the Guilty Princess line. One of them is the Maidroid Alice. There's another. Alice is, from the Alice in Wonderland motif, which is also what this is from, because she does have these nifty little card-based decals, which I have not yet put on. I want to put some paint on her before I do any of that. But she is the third in the line. There's another one like this, and the other one being Alice. And they are continuing this line, which is exciting because they are really cool, and they haven't shown any more of them for a while, except for in one of my art books, which had a ton of Maidroids just like her in different colors and in schemes, because she's a cat girl with her little tail. You can see there. They also did dog girls and bunny girls, so it was really cute, and I will probably show that on the screen if I can find it. So this is Chloe, and she does come with a lot of accessories here. These are removable. You have the nice stand, which is it's actually a very high quality stand. You have this vacuum cleaner slash weapon, but as of right now, she is just a maid cleaning out the outside. For some reason, she decided to vacuum the grass. But what you see here is not all that you get. There are plenty of extras that come along with this one. In addition to this hose that is attached to the vacuum cleaner here, there are several more pieces of that hose so that you can go ahead and adapt it to any length that you'd like. And it does come doubled, so there's two pieces here connected to each other. You can extend it with one of these, or you can replace it with one of these, which is a long one. And I also have two more of those curved sections and another straight one. So there's that. You also get a few different hand pairs. So you see here that I put on the holding hands, but you also get the open and expressive hands. And you get a pair of closed fists, which is a lot less than you normally get with model kit girls, but it is a lot more than sometimes they include. There's also a different style hat that plugs in place of her hairpiece here, and another optional headpiece that goes in place of her hair. And then there's also another hairpiece that can be replaced, and she'll look like her compatriot. I forget what that one's called. This one's Chloe. The other one is, I don't remember. So there's those. She also comes with 6 face plates, but 3 of them aren't actually printed on. They are for you to customize. And so I'll show you those right now, collecting them out of my container here. So we get the blank face plates as such, and you get her printed on that's on there right now. So 3 non-printed, and you get a more stern face, and you get a very, very happy face, as well as the one she's equipped with right now. Really nice to have extra options. Now I can go ahead and take off this vacuum cleaner, and I'll show you guys the articulation on this thing. So first off, since we have it here, I'll show you guys the vacuum. It is a very detailed piece, but it is rather flimsy, and I'm actually kind of disappointed in that. The hose is the sturdiest part on the end piece. These ones seem to be really loose in their sockets, which is strange because they are actually really long. I'm not sure what's going on there. But they do plug in rather easily with their 3mm ports. I just wish they were a little bit sturdier. Nice beater bar there at the end. This does combine with the other Maidroid, which is why it has those other ports. And then this thing looks like it's a cannon, and it does actually have some cylinders in here, which are supposed to be painted blue. And these parts, these wheels, also have like a Roomba effect if you were to let them free on their own. Just a very interesting design flair, very cleaning oriented. And they are also ported, so you have 3mm pegs there as well. Or pegs and ports. So Choe here, it's very similar to a Megami device or frame arms, slightly different in the build, but we'll start at the top. There is a I don't know how to explain it. It's the two pieces smashed together here, and they got that nice articulation of the revolution. You got the hinge in the middle, and then the articulation at the top. So you can get quite a lot out of those. Her head is on a ball and socket, and then that is also plugged into another ball and socket. So she has quite a lot of motion there, but surprisingly, the connection isn't very strong on the bottom part. So usually you'll disconnect that bottom before you do the head. In here, this actually does move just a bit, but it is confined to a certain locale. If you wanted to spin it all the way around, you can, but it does lock in place. So there is a similar section like the hair inside the arm here. So it's not really a ball joint. It is that sandwiched together two pieces. There is a hinge joint here at the arm, at the elbow, just a single bend, and it doesn't actually bend all that much, but it does look realistic doing it. And then you have the same type of articulation in the wrist. It's a very common wrist pin. Same on the other side. On this tail, you get three sections. So you get one really long one, really short one, and the white part. And so you can get a lot of articulation out of that, and it's a lot of fun. The chest does articulate just a bit, but it is a ball joint, but you don't get a lot out of it. You get mostly just this in and out here. At the waist here, you've got quite an interesting contraption to hold her all together, and I will show you that separately. They are connected by the same wrist style pins smashed together, so you get an articulation going up, down, and in and out, as well as a rotation at the back, so you can kind of open it up like this if you wanted to do so, you know, kind of give it a dynamic pose if she's running or something like that. They are not articulated on the black parts, but the white part is slightly articulated. It will come off very easily if you try to rotate it too much, though. At her waist, there is a rotation on the inside on the T-bar that holds her two thighs together, but it is rather loose, and you want to try to avoid to spin that if you can. The thighs, it is a very similar contraption as the Megami devices, where it's just one piece sandwiched between the two here, and then another piece down at the bottom to attach the lower leg. There is a hinged piece here, so you can get a little bit more dynamism on the tails. And the knee is a very interesting one. Just one single bend at the bottom and then one at the top, but it's a very subtle one at the top there. So you don't get a colossal amount of articulation, and the end result is kind of odd if you don't do it perfectly. It gives you a kind of almost like a dog leg kind of look. And I think it was on purpose because they're cats, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure if the Alice girl has it like this, but I think the other cat is the exact same build, so I think she has it just like this. It's a very interesting look. And then here, you have that same wrist pin as you do on most of the wrists here. So it's 2 pegs smashed together to make that sort of universal joint. And then the foot is not articulated in any way. It just moves with that pin. So she's not supremely articulated, but she does get a lot out of what she has. And she is quite a lovely specimen. She is definitely unique amongst my kits. I don't have the other one. I want to get her, but I haven't been able to just yet. I think I took part of her shirt off. That is something that I've noticed happens a lot on this one. I will definitely fix that with some cement after painting, but this part here will separate rather easily on both sides. And that's quite unfortunate. So that's one of the shortcomings of this kit. See, it happened again. One of the shortcomings of this kit. But overall, it's quite a lovely creation. I don't really have any complaints about it. She is quite a bit more expensive than I'd like to pay for something as simple. It only took me around 2 hours to make her. As a frame arms girl will take around 3, maybe a little bit longer if you're concentrating. That is a good and bad thing. I think very quick kits are always a good thing, but how much I paid for where it was equal to a frame arms girl kit, and I don't really see the value per se. Not to say that it's worthless, because it's definitely not. It's just she doesn't seem as substantial as a frame arms girl. And the accessories that you get, while bulky, aren't exactly a huge deal to me. I do love her, and I would definitely recommend her. So if you can get her, I think less than $60 would probably be a better deal. I paid a little bit more than that, and I think that's kind of what my gripe about her is. She's beautiful, but I don't think she's worth the price I paid. But in addition to what she has here, the only other thing that she has going for her are a couple accessories to combine that vacuum cleaner to the broom that comes with the other sister. And this one, which you actually attach to this piece here to turn that into a sort of sword. I'm not even going to bother doing that because it doesn't look great with this horrible gold color. And there's also the chest piece, which is actually for the other girl, the other sister. I guess it wouldn't be sister, the other Maidroid one. Now, I'm not actually complaining about the model kit itself. I really like it. I just think that the price that I paid is a little bit too high. I would much rather have paid less for it. That said, it is a great kit, and I would love to detail this one up. I'm look forward actually to seeing that. I might do that on a video. I might do it and just review it again. But all that said, should you buy this one, definitely buy this one if you can get it for less than $60. I think that's more along the lines for what I would expect to pay for a kit like this. With that thought in mind, actually, I think the Plamax line is something which I need to experience a little bit more outside of the Maxfactory and Guilty Princess line, because I don't really build a lot of Good Smile kits. I think I've been spoiled with the Chitosarium, whatever way you want to pronounce that. But these girls, they aren't well, this girl isn't quite up to what the Catasarium has to offer. Those are also expensive kits, but I feel like the elegance that you get in them is a little bit more warranted, where she's a little bit skimpy, in my opinion. I think a lot of people like that, so I definitely understand why they would go that direction. It's not for me. In any case, I think that's all I have for now. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely you'll see my stuff. Have a good day.